My beloved child, stop trying to outrun the silence, for it is there, in that quiet space where the noise of the world fades, that I am waiting for you. I have not hidden myself from you. I have simply waited for you to slow down long enough to feel me near. I know how fast the world has moved around you, how it sometimes feels like it has passed you by. The people you once knew so well have changed. Some are no longer here. The familiar places have shifted. The routines that once brought you comfort now sometimes feel hollow. And there are moments when the TV is off, when the house is still, and the clock ticks softly on the wall, that something inside you whispers, "Is this all there is now?" In those moments, child, I am right beside you, closer than your breath. You may feel forgotten. You may think your best days are behind you. But hear me, your life is not winding down. It is deepening. In these later years, I draw nearer than ever before, because now, more than ever, you are ready to listen, not just with your ears, but with your heart. There is a sacredness to stillness. It is not empty. It is not a void. It is not silence for the sake of silence. It is a doorway, a holy invitation. I created the silence not to isolate you, but to embrace you. It is in stillness that I reveal myself most tenderly. I am not a God of constant noise or grand spectacles. I am the God of gentle whispers, of soft guidance, of quiet peace. And I long to meet you there. Do you remember when you were young, how you feared stillness? How you filled every moment with activity, noise, plans, and achievements? You were afraid that if you stopped moving, life would pass you by. But I was never in the busyness. I was always in the moments you paused, the times you took a deep breath, the nights you cried alone and whispered prayers into the dark. I was there, and I am here now. I see how you sit in your chair and wonder if I still speak. I see the way your hands tremble, the way your body tires more quickly, and the way your heart aches with memories of what once was. But I tell you, your soul is not aging. Your spirit is alive. It is in this season that you can finally understand the depths of my love in ways the younger version of you never could. Stillness does not mean I am silent. It means I am closer than ever. I am not asking you to perform, to prove yourself, to be strong, or to fix everything. I am asking you to rest, to be still, and to know that I am God. I am the same God who walked with you through every chapter of your life. I was there when you first learned to pray. I was there when you lost your first loved one and the grief hit you like a wave. I was there when your heart broke and no one else knew. I was there when you laughed so hard you cried, when you danced at weddings, and when you sat in hospital rooms holding someone's hand. There has not been a single breath in your life that I did not witness. Not one moment I wasn't beside you. And now, as the world grows quieter around you, I invite you to step into a deeper place with me. Don't fear the quiet. Embrace it. Let it be the sanctuary where we meet. Let it be the holy space where you finally release all that you've carried. You have worried long enough. You have been strong for others long enough. You have fought battles quietly and smiled when your heart was heavy. But here, in this stillness, you don't have to pretend. You can be exactly as you are, tired or strong, joyful or grieving, silent or weeping. I take it all. I receive you, all of you. You may not be able to run anymore, but you can still reach me. You may not be able to hear perfectly, but you can still hear me in your soul. You may forget things, but I will never forget you. You may feel your body failing you, but I am still holding you together. Let every breath now become prayer. Let every sigh become a surrender. Let every quiet moment become sacred ground where you sit with me and hear my voice whispering, I am with you. I have always been with you, and I will never leave you. There is a tenderness in this season of your life. You have become wise. You have learned what truly matters. You see more clearly now than you ever have. Use this clarity not to mourn what is past, but to dwell in the present with me. Let your life slow down, not in loss, but in invitation. This is the chapter of reflection, of release, and of rest in my arms. So sit with me a while longer. Don't rush off. Don't feel you have to do something. Just be here with me. Let the weight lift from your shoulders. Let my peace settle in your bones. Let me love you as you are. I know how hard it's been. I know how much you've hidden. I know how deep your fears run, especially now. But I am not afraid of your truth. I already know every corner of your heart, and I still say you are mine. I am here in the stillness. I am your God. And you are my beloved child. My precious child, I have seen you weep when no one else was watching. I have heard the soft cries muffled in your pillow, the tears that ran down your cheeks while you pretended to be strong. Nothing, no sigh, no ache, no tremble of your spirit, has escaped my gaze. I do not just see your pain. I carry it. From the very first moment you learned what it meant to lose, to hurt, to be disappointed, I was there. Even before you spoke your sorrow out loud, I already knew it. There is not a single wound on your heart that I have not traced with my hand, not a single scar I have not counted. I have carried you through the depths, even when you thought you were walking alone. Some of your wounds are visible to others, losses that are acknowledged, griefs that are named. But some of your deepest hurts remain hidden. You've buried them so deep, for so long, that you sometimes forget they are still there. But I have not forgotten. I hold every one of them in my hands with care. I know the regrets that keep you awake at night, the words you wish you hadn't said, the apologies you never received, the moments you wish you could relive, not to change the joy, but to rewrite the pain. I know the wounds that came not from strangers, but from those closest to you, the betrayals that shook your trust, the friendships that faded into silence, the family tensions that still weigh heavy, even after all these years. I know the ache of losing someone you loved more than words could express. I know how the world moved on while you were still catching your breath, trying to function through the fog of grief. I saw the empty chair at your table. I heard the silence in the house that once echoed with laughter. I know how you smiled even when your heart felt hollow. You never had to carry it alone. I was there every moment, even when you questioned me. Even when you wondered why I allowed it, why I didn't stop it, why I seemed so silent when you needed answers. I heard every question. I never turned away from your pain. You must understand this. Your pain has never made you less worthy in my eyes. Your wounds do not disqualify you from my love. They deepen it. I do not turn away from broken things. I mend them. I restore them. I breathe life back into places long abandoned. And yes, even now, even at this point in your life, I am still healing you. Some of the healing you asked for did not come in the way you expected. I know that. You wanted certain prayers answered a long time ago. You hoped some things would turn out differently. You trusted, and it still hurt. But I have never wasted your tears. Every tear you shed became a seed planted in my garden, one that grows into compassion, wisdom, and a strength that cannot be shaken. You have learned to comfort others, not just because you are kind, but because you understand pain. You recognize sorrow in others because you've walked through it yourself. And in that, you carry my heart. I have wept with you, child. I, your God, have felt the weight of your sadness. When you were crushed and said nothing, I bore your silence. When you fell asleep crying, I kept watch through the night. When you said, I can't take it anymore, I whispered back, you don't have to. I am here. Even now I am asking you to give me what you still hold tight, the pain that you think is yours to manage, to hide, to carry quietly. You were never meant to hold it forever. I ask you to trust me again, not because everything made sense, but because I have never left you and I never will. Some of your wounds have changed you. They've made you slower to trust, more cautious to hope. I know that. But child, don't let your heart close. You may have been hurt, but you are not forsaken. You may have cried, but you are not forgotten. You are still deeply, irrevocably loved. There is no age limit to my healing. It is not too late to feel whole again. It is not too late to let peace sink deep into the places where pain once ruled. I am still the same God who turned mourning into dancing, who brings beauty from ashes, who makes all things new, even now. Take a moment and remember, I was there when you were at your weakest, and I loved you just the same. I was there when you were angry, bitter, grieving, confused, and still, my arms were open. I don't need you to be perfect. I need you to be present with me. I will take care of the rest. So let me carry the pain you no longer know how to explain. Let me hold the tears you're too tired to cry. Let me whisper comfort into your weary spirit. I am not offering you platitudes or promises of a pain-free life. I am offering you something far more eternal. My presence, my nearness, my understanding. My love that does not flinch at your wounds but leans in and says, I see you. I know you. I choose you still. You are not defined by what broke you. You are defined by the one who binds you together again. And I, your God, am not done with you. Even now, healing is flowing. Even now, I am reaching into those forgotten corners of your soul and reminding them what it feels like to be known, to be loved, to be whole. You are still my child, and I am still your God. My beloved, you have spent much of your life surrounded by people. Yet still there were moments, deep, aching moments, when you felt entirely alone. And I saw you there. I felt the silence that wrapped around your chest like a heavy blanket. I heard the thoughts you never dared say out loud, the ones that whispered, does anyone truly see me? Does anyone really care? Let me answer you plainly, without hesitation or riddles. Yes, I saw you. I always have. And I have never left your side. Even now, as the world around you has grown quieter, as the visits come less often, as loved ones move on or move away, as old friends go home to me one by one, I am still here. I have never distanced myself from you. Not once. Not when you doubted me. Not when you questioned me. Not when you couldn't feel me. You may have thought I was distant, but I was closer than your very breath. I was with you in the hospital rooms when no one stayed overnight. I was beside you at the kitchen table when you ate alone, your eyes scanning old photographs. I was in the car with you as you drove home from a hard appointment, heart heavy with fear. I was in every empty hallway, every lonely birthday, every long evening when the world felt like it had forgotten your name. But I never forgot. There has never been a moment in your entire life when I stepped away. Not even in your most painful mistakes. Not in your most distant seasons. You may have felt abandoned by others, but I want you to hear this clearly, child. You have never been abandoned by me. I know how easy it is to confuse physical presence with true companionship. People come and go. Relationships shift. Children grow up. Spouses pass on. Homes change. But my presence is not like theirs. I do not leave. I do not forget. I do not move on. I dwell. I remain. I abide. Even when you've tried to convince yourself that you're fine, that you don't need anyone, that independence is strength, I have still seen the deep part of you that longs to be known. I know your soul has cried out for connection, and I have answered, not with noise, not with crowds, but with myself. My spirit inside you, always near, always speaking, always loving. Look back and you'll see me there, not in the loud moments, but in the subtle ones. I was in the breeze that touched your cheek while you wept in the garden. I was in the warmth of sunlight that fell across your lap as you rested. I was in the song that played just when you needed comfort. I was in the unexpected phone call, the stranger's kindness, the sudden peace that flooded you when you thought you'd fall apart. That was me. Always me. You have never been invisible to me. When you whispered, "Lord, I can't do this anymore," I was already wrapping my arms around you. When you sat in your chair wondering, "Does my life still matter?" I whispered into your spirit, More than you know, my child. You are not just important to me. You are precious. You are a part of my heart. I know that loneliness is not just the absence of people. It's the ache of not being understood, not being heard, not being seen. But hear me now. I see you. I understand you better than you understand yourself. And I hear every unspoken word in your soul. Even when those around you cannot fully grasp what you feel, what you've lived through, what weighs on you. I do. I was there in every chapter, watching, holding, walking beside you. When others forget your stories, I remember every detail. When others don't notice your struggles, I already have the answer on the way. I am your God, not a distant one, but a father who stays close. There were times you didn't know how you made it through. Times when you didn't think you'd wake up or that the grief wouldn't crush you. But you did wake up. You did move forward. Not because you were stronger than others, but because I held you. You may not have seen it then, but I carried you when your feet could no longer move. And I will continue to carry you, even now. You are not alone in the waiting. You are not alone in the wondering. You are not alone in the quiet of the night. My spirit hovers over you, dwells within you, surrounds you like a blanket of comfort and peace. I am closer than the beating of your heart. I do not come and go. I remain. Let yourself lean into me. Stop trying to convince yourself that you must be enough, that you must endure without help. I created you to walk with me, to lean on me, to cry with me, to talk to me. You do not have to navigate this season on your own. The world may not always know how to care for you, but I do. I know exactly what your soul needs, and I offer it to you freely. Companionship, understanding, comfort, guidance. You need not earn it. Just come to me. I am here. So when the room is quiet and the thoughts begin to wander, remember this. You are never truly alone. Not in the morning when you rise, not in the evening when you rest, not in the moments when no one calls or checks in, not when the tears come suddenly. I am there. I am always there. My child, you are seen. You are known. You are cherished. You are never alone. You never were. And you never will be. My beloved child, how long have you tried to carry it all? How many years have you walked through life with invisible weight on your shoulders, telling yourself, I must stay strong. I must keep going. I must hold it all together? But you were never meant to bear these burdens alone. That was never my design for you. And now, in this season of your life, I am asking, no, I am urging you. Let me carry what you can't anymore. You have done so much. You have endured more than most will ever know. You have been brave in ways few ever recognized. But I did. I saw you holding back tears to comfort others. I saw you staying silent to keep the peace. I saw you putting everyone else's needs above your own. I saw you praying for others even when your own heart was breaking. And child, that has not gone unnoticed. But now, let me speak plainly. You have carried the weight long enough. You've held on to regrets, thinking you must somehow make peace with the past on your own. You've replayed old conversations in your mind, wishing you could have done things differently. You've kept grief tucked quietly inside, thinking time alone would mend it. You've tried to stay strong for everyone else, afraid of what would happen if you let go. But here I am, your God, saying, let go. Place it all into my hands. You no longer need to be strong on your own. You are not weak because you're tired. You're not faithless because you have questions. You are not broken beyond repair. You are simply human. And you are mine. And I love you too much to let you keep carrying what I died to take from you. Give me your shame. I know you still carry it, the secret guilt, the silent self-criticism, the things no one else knows but you still feel in the pit of your heart. Child, I already forgave you. I already saw the whole picture, not just the moment you regret. And I still chose you. I still called you my own. Give me your fear. I see how the unknown unsettles you now. I know the thoughts that rush in when the house grows quiet. What if I forget something important? What if I become a burden? What if no one remembers me when I'm gone? Let me tell you, you are not forgotten. You never will be. I have carved your name into my hands. I know every beat of your heart. And when fear rises, let it be your reminder to fall into my arms. Give me your sorrow. I have not asked you to stop mourning. I only ask that you let me mourn with you. You do not have to pretend to be okay. You do not have to smile through every ache. I am your God who weeps with you, who sits with you in the pain, who holds you until the tears slow. I am not trying to rush your healing. I am trying to carry you through it. And yes, give me your tiredness. You've run a long race. You've stood for others when no one stood for you. You've kept walking when your heart felt empty. And now you wonder if there is anything left to give. Listen carefully. You do not need to give anything more. You need only to receive. Let this season of your life be one of receiving. My peace, my comfort, my presence, my rest. I never asked you to do life alone. I never intended for you to drag pain behind you for decades. I came to carry it. I came to lift it off your shoulders, to place it into my hands, and to replace it with something you've almost forgotten. Joy. Yes, joy is still for you. Not the fleeting kind that depends on circumstances, but the deep, sacred joy that rises from knowing you are loved, safe, and never alone. Even now, joy is not gone. Even now, laughter can return. Even now, hope is not too late. So bring me your worries. Place them in my lap as a child would place a broken toy into their father's hands. You don't have to fix them. Just hand them to me. I know how to mend what's broken. I know how to carry what you cannot. You have spent a lifetime being strong. Let this be your season of surrender. Not defeat, but holy surrender. The kind that says, I trust you, Lord. I rest in you. I release it all. Let me carry the weight of unfinished stories. The questions that never got answers. The people who walked away without explanation. The prayers that didn't turn out the way you hoped. Let me carry them all. Because I know the full picture. I see the end from the beginning. And nothing is wasted in my hands. You don't have to make sense of everything. You only need to trust me. I've never let go of you. I won't start now. Child, put it all down. You have carried it long enough. Let me carry what you can't anymore. And as you rest, as you breathe deeper than you have in years, as you feel peace start to rise again, know this. I am not just watching over you. I am with you. I am for you. And I will carry you every step of the way, from now until you are home with me. You are still my child. You always have been, and you always will be.